The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. The scribes and Pharisees said to Jesus, "The disciples of John the Baptist fast often and offer prayers, and the disciples of the Pharisees do the same. But yours eat and drink." Jesus answered them, "Can you make the wedding guests fast while the bridegroom is with them? But the days will come, and when the bridegroom is taken away from them, then they will fast in those days." And he also told them a parable. "No one tears a piece from a new cloak to patch an old one. Otherwise, he will tear the new, and the piece from it will not match the old cloak. Likewise, no one pours new wine into old wineskins. Otherwise, the new wine will burst the skins, and it will be spilled, and the skin will be ruined. Rather, new wine must be poured into fresh wineskins. And no one who has been drinking old wine desires new, for he says the old is good." My sisters and brothers, the gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
So, do you ever put new wine into old wineskins? Some of these images or metaphors for folks, especially today, can be complicated. What the heck does that mean? But the pouring of the wine, the imagery of that, first of all, ties in with the notion of God's loving grace, the flow of God's grace in our lives. The new wine that wants to renew us, that wants to convert us in some way, in a total kind of way. And the notion of putting new wine into old wineskins, and we've probably all done this, whether we're conscious of it or not. Well, Lord, yeah, there's this one little area in my life I want to change a little. You know, I still want to be the same person I am. Again, we may not say this consciously, but yeah, help me in this one, just a little bit of conversion. You know, and probably we're not always aware of it, but like, I don't know if I want a total conversion, Lord, because where's that going to take me? I'm not going to be controlled. I'm not going to know what that looks like. I don't know that I can surrender fully to you. I can surrender a little of this to you and a little of that to you, but my whole life, you know, and probably there's time we resist. We want to put the new wine of God's flowing grace into the way we've always been. And the Lord's saying, no, this is a major overhaul, and we need to be open to it, realizing we need it. Not that we're going to become perfect overnight. That never happens. But the reality that, Lord, each day, convert me today. Help me to be open, because there's going to be some circumstance, some situation, some relationship that I know that if I'm going to be converted away from my ego self, be converted away from my self-interest, or from the question, again, unconscious, what's in it for me, Lord, I need to be more open to that conversion that you want me to have, because you want me to be fully the loving and holy and good and vital person that you created us to be. And finally, just going back to the first reading, just one word: trustworthy. We're called to be stewards of the Lord. We've seen in our church, we've seen in our country where trust is broken. And one of the most important aspects of being a follower of Jesus Christ is to be trustworthy with what he's given us, that we may truly live the faith every day and not get caught up in any other influence that leads us away from being a trustworthy servant and steward of the Lord. That's our core identity. That's our core mission. Take a moment and see in all of that, is there some way the Lord is calling each of us today to be a little more trustworthy, to be a little more converted in being the people he wants us to be? God bless.